For a little while now, there's been rumors suggesting that Xbox will have two consoles when it comes to the next generation. Those codenames are Lockhart and Anaconda, and for several months, insiders and a bunch of people figured it was a done deal with these new consoles. And attached to those consoles, Anaconda would be the benchmark for all consoles in power and performance come next generation. But as E3 and the Xbox conference went on, we were given a little more details into what Project Scarlett was all about. Phil Spencer went on stage and spoke about Project Scarlett and Xbox plans for the next generations of consoles. But if you listen to him, you can see that he used different wording surrounding the next console. Instead of saying they will be the most powerful console on the market, he said they're making the most powerful console they've ever made. Does that mean that Sony with PlayStation 5 might have the power advantage over the Xbox when it comes to next generation? Well, that's what I'm here to talk about, because after the main Xbox conference, there's been a lot of new information, plus new interviews regarding the next-gen consoles. And I'm here to paint a full picture for all of you in understanding what's coming next year. But first, if you liked the video, please hit that like button and subscribe button. The support is greatly appreciated. But let's dive into this new information regarding the next-gen consoles. When Microsoft revealed Project Scarlett, they would use phrases like most immersive console instead of most powerful, like they did with the Xbox One X, which left a lot of people confused as to why they would do that, because it left the door open for rumors to start spreading that Sony's next console will be more powerful than the Xbox Scarlett consoles. Even though Sony never confirmed this or said this in any way, shape, or form, yet people always try to nitpick what Microsoft executives say so they can make outlandish remarks about what the next consoles will hold for us. When in reality, Xbox and PlayStation are businesses that haven't said much about what exactly the specs of the next consoles will have. And neither company has made a statement that they will make the most powerful console on the market. Instead, they focus on SSD hardware and certain aspects that the new consoles will have, like ray tracing and much better load times. Or mention that they have an 8K resolution on certain games and even have 120 frames per second on certain games. All these features have been hinted or confirmed by both companies. But again, nothing has been set in concrete about which one will be the most powerful. That is until Phil Spencer had an interview with Giant Bomb, who always has one of the best interviews with Phil Spencer during E3. In this interview, Phil Spencer was asked about whether they are still striving to make Project Scarlett the most powerful console on the market. And they directly bring that up. During the conference, Phil didn't say that the next Xbox will be the most powerful console. And Phil Spencer answered by saying this: "There are going to be areas where we should compete, and those areas can lead to better outcomes when we compete. But it's still a world where in order for us to do better, you don't have to do worse. Gaming is a better space when there are brands that people trust, where brands that have been around for decades continue to be around. I want Xbox obviously to be one of those. We're not building Scarlett to not be the best console. I want to be number one. I'm as competitive as anybody, but that doesn't mean I need somebody else to suffer from a business standpoint. I think raw power is very important. I don't have a PS5 development kit, so I don't know what they're building. I will say that being a leader in consoles is what the team is committed to doing. We aren't building this program to try to aim for second place. We're building it aiming for first place, and that's what I want to hit." After saying this, I'm glad to hear that Xbox isn't going to settle for something lesser than the most powerful console in the world. But it does sound like they aren't too sure what PlayStation has planned with their next console, which really makes me even more happy, because this means that two giant companies are going head to head for my money, and they want to provide the best possible experience to me on their system. And I have to admit, at the beginning of this generation, PlayStation did provide the better console in the PS4, while the Xbox One wasn't that great of a system that a lot of developers had trouble developing on. Yet over the last several years, Xbox has been turning the corner on what they want their Xbox consoles to represent, which is high quality for both gamers and developers on their Xbox consoles. And as an Xbox gamer, of course I hope that the Scarlett is the most powerful console on the market, because it's the ecosystem I prefer. But we will find that out as time goes on. Of course, there's rumors floating around that Scarlett will feature a 12-core processor, while the PS5 is rumored to have an 8-core processor. But again, nothing has been confirmed, and all of these rumors should be taken with a grain of salt. But I have to say, the Xbox seems to be approaching this new console the right way. They want the console to have all the features every developer wants. Not to mention they want to make one of the best experiences for us, the Xbox consumers. And I'll be honest with you, for a little while there was a point where I thought Xbox wasn't trying to provide me the best possible experience on my console. That was until the Xbox One X came out, and it's hands down, no competition, the best console I've ever owned in my life. I've put more time into my gaming and my Xbox console the last year and a half than I ever have in my life. And that's exactly what Xbox provides me with their console. They provide me great experiences that I'm able to share with my friends. It's why I'm an Xbox gamer. And in this Giant Bomb interview, Phil Spencer speaks on that by explaining how Game Pass has millions upon millions of subscribers, how Xbox Scarlett will be backward compatible with 4 generations of games that are on the Xbox, and that some of the games will run better on the new hardware because they want to respect the purchases we make in their ecosystem. Phil Spencer also goes into detail talking about cross-generation games like Halo Infinite. Let's say you buy Halo Infinite for your Xbox One X, but later on down the line you buy the Xbox Scarlett. What Xbox is trying to do is that when you play that Halo Infinite game you bought on your X, on your new Project Scarlett console, it will automatically be upgraded to the Scarlett version. That to me is such a great feature and honestly eliminates the annoying remasters we've seen come up a lot this generation. Instead of forcing people to buy a new copy of that same game just to get some resolution boost, it's much better for us as gamers to have our games follow us to our new console and respect the money we already invested in the ecosystem. This is something that Sony hasn't confirmed or even talked about, but I hope it's something they truly take seriously and give us the same option. But as for what I think, this Giant Bomb interview with Phil Spencer was very well done and gave us gamers a lot of information about Xbox and the industry as a whole. But again, the highlights had to be about Xbox Scarlett and how Microsoft wants to be the most powerful console on the market. Not to mention xCloud news, Xbox Game Pass news, and Phil Spencer even talked about new studios, which I made a video about in my last video. Let's hope all this good news keeps coming, because after the conference, I wasn't the happiest Xbox gamer in the world. Did I love a couple of their announcements? Of course I did, but I was left wanting more and more. These last few days and these couple of interviews have really made me happy to be an Xbox gamer. I can't wait to see what the rest of the year holds, and I can't wait to see how Sony responds with their new console. But let me know what you guys think about all this. Do you want Project Scarlett to be the most powerful console? Does the power matter to you? Are you happy that all of the games will follow you and even be upgraded on the new hardware? Are you waiting to see which console has the best specs before you make a decision? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. Any support helps the channel out more than you know. And you can also follow me on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my videos. Also follow me on Twitch, the link will be in the description. If you want to hang out and chat with me, I'm very active with my chat and always playing games. I hope to see you guys there. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.